Creative questions is a thinking routine I've been using with multiple Year 6 classes, that's students that range in age from 12 to 13 years old. I've been using visible thinking routines with all three of our Year 6 classes in a co-educational kinder to Year 6 school in regional New South Wales, Australia, throughout a STEM unit of inquiry about electricity in our modern lives, which focused on two questions. How do we solve a problem of electricity, or how can we solve a problem using electricity? Students had to investigate and create prototypes and/or designs that addressed one of the problems. The routine, creative questions, prompts students to ask, what would it be like if? How would it be different if? Suppose that? What would change if? And how would it look differently if? We use this routine many times in the design phase of the students' responses to either one of their problems, with students constantly feeding back to each other throughout the process with these prompts. The responses were different each time, as students took on feedback, reiterated, and then presented their prototypes and designs for further critiquing. It was mostly a success, however, a small number of students hit a wall, so to speak, as they became frustrated that they were asking the same questions each time. In the images you can see now, we posed the creative questions in feedback boxes. Another way we did this was through post-it notes and also through an anonymous Google form survey-style response. The method pictured was probably the most effective, as students would pin up their ideas and designs and prototypes, and students would walk around the classroom almost like viewing art, to view and pose creative questions about each other's work. One student commented, "It was good to use the same questions each time, as it kept me on track and allowed me to think more about how the questions could be relevant to the person I was asking, because I wanted them to be relevant for me too." After my experience using this routine for such a short time with a limited amount of students, I think I would like more time showing students how the routine could be used more effectively as an equitable way of giving feedback, as by using the same questions you're promoting the same type of deep reflection. I would also strongly advocate for staff the idea of going back and forth, so to speak. The power of asking the same questions at different stages throughout the learning is such a powerful way to see how students' ideas change, how they react to feedback from others, and how they value giving feedback for each other. I would also probably like to find out more about how I could use this as an equitable assessment tool, but that's something further down the line once I have a more confident grasp of using the routine myself with other year levels and in different subject areas. I would use my success here in a design and inquiry unit as a way to excite staff about using it. Even though it may have problems, it probably would be hard to argue that it isn't a good way to promote meaningful questioning amongst students and empower them to direct aspects of their learning.